mixing, and that comes back to even what you saying the TV show being good in America and regards to Ireland. But people here aren't embarrassed. They don't have it in their brain to be embarrassed or feel shame. A lot of people I meet anyway. So it's just a different world.
Yeah, the Irish look, we're bet down for years. Like, there's shame around everything in Ireland. Jesus, if you can't walk down the street, you can't even stand up straight in Ireland. If you have good posture here, you're a prick.
Yeah.
Walking down the street all straight.
Who does he think he is?
Bet down. New runners, like you'd be putting muck and dirt on your new runners before you wear them, like for fear someone would think you were doing well. Jesus, that's Ireland.
That's so
like
true.
When we were in Miami, we said just walking on the beach with a camera crew. Everybody wanted to get on TV. So like Johnny's there with the microphone talking, and people are coming up going like, "Yo, what? Miami, what? Yeah, we in Lodi. What? Yeah," just coming on like trying to be on the camera like this.
Right.
And people would just, we'd be like, "So, what's going on, lads? You here for spring break?" And they would just be shouting their Instagram name down the camera like,
"Oh
yo,
my God.
Yo." So you definitely would not get that in our...
If that was Ireland, you'd be like, they'd be walking past going like, "No one will be seeing."
Oh, stop. Yeah,
but I think that's why the guy in normal people, besides that, it takes him so long to say. I think everyone's so out there in America and so like, I'll tell you my feelings. I think it's like nice to have a little bit of mystery. And I think like now we're getting to the point where when a guy's like, "I don't have an Instagram," we're like, that's hot. Because we're so over these guys that are like, I've got 200,000. It's like nice to have like someone who's not into that anymore because everyone's into that.
But Tori, in America, if they don't have an Instagram, it's usually because they have a wife. It's like they have an Instagram. We just don't know it. Like,
Tori, you should come to Ireland. There's loads of guys not on social media. They're awkward. They stare at their shoes. Can't express
I know.
feelings.
Katie always wants to set me up with an Irish guy. She's always like, "I think you do so well." Meanwhile, that date was one of my best bits on stage, one of the worst dating experiences of he made out with me. Like, he just like left his tongue in like it was like an anchor. Just was like, and then didn't do anything. I was like, I don't know. It was pretty bad.
He was probably so drunk he just fell asleep.
Yeah, he was like
snoring.
Wait, but you went on a date with an Irish guy and didn't want to drink.
Well, I was but I guess for him, I must have seen, like, as much as I think he was crazy, he must have thought I was off the wall. I was on antibiotics, and, like, obviously people say you shouldn't drink, but I think other people drink. I'm very, like, health conscious, so I'm like, I'm not drinking. And he was just like, what? He was already, I think, like, tipsy by the time I got there and, like, nervous, and then telling me his, like, mom was a river dancer, and I was like, what? Like, and he wanted to do theater, and it was like, I was like, I'm your therapist now. This is, like, a lot for me. I wasn't even drinking. I was like, gotta leave.
But you not wanting to drink is like him not having an Instagram. Straight
right.
away, Irish people, that's alarm bells. He's on the phone to the boy. He's like, "She doesn't fucking drink."
Yeah.
So what would that make, like, someone who doesn't want to drink, is that like, what is that in their head? Like, oh, she's going to be boring, or like, what does that translates to? Her not drinking.
Some Irish people reckon, like, never trust a person who doesn't drink. My grandfather said that.
But it's because, like, if you're like the only person not drinking and everybody's going a bit wild, you're kind of a reflection of their messy behavior, and then they're like, oh fuck her, like, not drinking, we're just trying to have the crack, where you're kind of showing them, like,
look at her judging me for shit in the corner of the room. You know what I mean? How dare she drinking fucking water and I'm over here trying to fucking make a show of myself and ruin my whole family's life.
No, Irish men's Tinder profile, they're either absolutely scuttered or it's like their tractor.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it's true, because when I went home, I just went home a few weeks ago. I was there for 3 weeks, and I went on Tinder just for the crack, just to see the pictures. Because what I wanted was to do comparison between American Tinder photos, but like that, they were all blurry photos or just like random gaff photos. I'm like, who are you? Are you that other guy or that guy? There was nothing like to.
Was this in Dublin or Longford?
Oh, this is Longford, so.
Oh yeah.
A lot of guys and horses as well.
But it's funny, like, we went on our friend's Tinder, and like, she's a girl, and we were like, can we look through the lads, like? And it was basically like, it's amazing how quick you become, like, normal. So you're flicking through and it's like, yeah, lad in a GA jersey, lad on a tractor, blurry photo, Jesus, he's drunk, and then it's like a proper photo of a man, and you're like, he's some dickhead. because he's actually made an effort, like, you know. So
Right.
you can't win.
No, you
win.
can't.
I've got friends who live in New York as well. I'm not going to fucking reveal their names, but they'll probably listen to this. But he was saying that, like, one night he brought an American girl home, and it was his first time, like, you know, having sex with an American girl. He said it was fucking crazy. Like, he was like, he plays music, and she was like, "Can you sing to me?" And he's like, "Ah, for fuck's sake, I thought we were going riding here, like, you know." And she's like, "Do some of your routine." And he's like, "Fuck," and he couldn't believe how confident the American girls were. So the Irish girls are like, you know, you get in the room, she's like, "Right, take your clothes off, turn the fucking lights off, don't look at me, tickle me neck twice on the right hand side, but other than that, keep your fucking hands where I can see them."
Get under the covers now.
It's basically an instruction manual. And he said, like, he came into the room with the American girl, and after around 3 minutes, he was like, "Am I in a porno?" She was like on the fucking mantle, you know, the like bedside locker, and she was like looking in the mirror, and then she was like, "Take me," and he was like, "What? Where do you want me to take you?" And she's like, "No, take me." And he's like, "Listen, fucking, I don't want any of this funky shit now. Let's just do it."
Just riding.
Yeah, no, he said it was some of the best sex he ever had, but like he said he felt so awkward. She wanted him to like have sex with her in the mirror, and he said every time he was like trusting into her, he was looking in the mirror going, "Oh fuck, fucking Jesus, the state of me." But yeah, he finished, didn't it?
Tori, you haven't seen Hurling, right?
What?
Okay, that answers my question.
I have no idea what Hurling? Is that a
Hurling.
place? Hurling.
Yeah.
The sport.
Yes.
I think I've seen a bit once in my life.
Do you want me to show you? Do you want me to show you a quick thing, or have you seen it?
Sure.
Okay,
No,
right.
let's see it. I think so.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen. If anything weird comes up, don't laugh.
Okay.
Here's my penis. I picked it.
Ooh. They look so hot doing it.
I know.
Oh my God, look at their legs. Ooh. Okay, so it's like football and tennis together.
How do I
You're
stop
allowed
it now?
to kill people.
See, they look much hotter to me than like any other sports team in America.
Yeah, wait till they take off their helmets.
Oh, it's like a hockey player type of thing.
Yeah.
Where they're like missing teeth.
And nose is kind of facing east and west at the same time. Yeah.
They're getting better looking, but one thing about like hurlers is like they've all got great legs. They've got them fucking good, big, strong legs and a big arse. Like I think all. So it's a good look.
That's what women want, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, also, for Irish women, their fathers want them to be with hurlers or football players, like anything in the GAA. So it's like a big, you know, if he's a GAA player.
You can treat a man's daughter like shit, but if you're good at GAA, he doesn't care. Like, he's like, you know, she's like, "Oh, he made me cry and he went off with like a load of girls at the weekend," and it's like, yeah, but like he's fucking hurling centre forward for the club and he's brilliant.
He scored 4 goals on Sunday. Do you understand? You will put up with his shit for life.
But that's how Americans feel about their kids dating doctors or lawyers.
It's
like as long as they're a doctor or like a Jewish doctor or lawyer, it's like, it's fine. I'm like, "Mom, he's hideous. Like, I don't even want to look at him." She's like, "Well, you know, he's a lawyer. It's fine." Or like his dad's a lawyer. I'm like, what?
Oh, I've heard that in movies that like Jewish people would love their daughters to date like a doctor. Is that just a stereotype or is that true?
That's true. My mom has given up on that because I only date non-Jews, just what my vagina is attracted to. But
your vagina, young lady.
Yeah, I gotta listen to her. I've tried, and guess what happens? Not good. But it's not a stereotype. People want that because I think it's like represents stability. And like, oh, someone will take care of you. I'm like, oh, that's good. I'm like, oh, I'll marry someone I'm not attracted to and want to cheat on them. My mom's like, well, at least you'll live in a house. At least that's nice.
But Tori, it's the exact same with Irish parents in regards to like, have they got land or do they have their own house?
Man.
My dad was always trying to set me up with this guy. He's building his own house. Oh, my fucking mic's messing up, but he's building his own house. He has his own land and he keeps trying to set me up with him. And I'm like, he has a girlfriend. And he's like, that's fine. It's fine, Katie.
Katie, fight her. Fight her, Katie. Fight her.
Fight her on the land like Hunger Games.
And he also plays football as well. So he's always like, Oh, Jez, he was great there at the weekend, Katie.
Katie, I'm really starting to think this guy's got a lot going for him. Maybe you should consider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe I should date him.
Nah, he's too quiet. He's actually such a Connell. I've never gotten a full sentence out of him before. So
there you go. See, he seems perfect. He won't even answer you back.
Yeah, that's the problem. Sometimes the Irish stereotype is that they don't talk enough, and then the American stereotype is they don't shut the fuck up. Sometimes I'm on a date and I'm like, I haven't spoken in 2 hours.
Yeah. After an hour and a half, he's like, and what's your name?
Yeah.